Hello everyone, my name is Candice Ruggiero. I am a speaker, a global coach, podcast host, and global impact advocate. And most importantly, I am someone who believes that every person has a purpose, a voice, and a reason for being here. Today I want to talk about purpose. For many years, I thought purpose was something you discovered overnight. I thought that one day I would just wake up and suddenly know exactly what I was meant to do. But looking back, I realized that purpose is often revealed one step at a time. Look, my purpose didn't arrive all at once. It came through teaching, leadership, motherhood, loss, healing, speaking, coaching, and serving others. Every season was preparing me for the next. And one thing remained consistent throughout my life. You know what it is or what it was? My voice. I used it in my classrooms, in leadership roles, in mentoring others, and now on stages, podcasts, and global platforms. The platform changed though, but the purpose remained the same. And one lesson I've learned is that you're never too old to discover a new mission. In fact, sometimes your purpose finds you before you feel ready. There have been opportunities in my life that felt bigger than my confidence, bigger than my experience, and bigger than my comfort zone. Yet, every time I took a step forward, I found strengths I didn't know I had. I believe we are all created with gifts and abilities. And even when we don't have the skills yet, guess what? You have the ability to learn them. We don't need to know the entire path before taking the first step, because action creates clarity. And if you're searching for your purpose, I actually have 3 things you can do today. First, pay attention to what keeps showing up in your life. You'll sense it, you'll feel it, because often your purpose leaves clues through your passion, your experiences, and the things people naturally seek you out for. And second, stop waiting until you feel ready. Confidence is usually built through action and not before it. Third, ask yourself how you can serve others, because purpose grows when we focus on contribution instead of recognition. Today, I find myself moving beyond simply using my voice. I am using it to create action, build partnerships, and support organizations and inspire change around the world. And I believe every opportunity, every conversation, and every challenge has been preparing me for something really bigger than myself. And the lesson is simple. Your life has meaning. Even when you can't yet see the full picture, trust the process, take the next step. Use your gifts. Sometimes purpose isn't about finding yourself. Sometimes it's about becoming the person you were created to be. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in our next conversation on intentional excellence. Have a good day. Hello everyone, my name is Candice Ruggiero. I am a speaker, a global coach, podcast host, and a global impact advocate. But most importantly, I am someone who believes that healing is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of courage. Today, I want to talk about healing, because everywhere we turn these days, we hear people talking about healing. We hear it on social media, podcasts, books, and on stages. But why? I believe it's because many of us have spent years becoming someone we were never meant to become. We live in a world full of expectations. Society tells us how to look, how to act, what success should be, and who we should become. And without realizing it, we often start living according to the world's expectations instead of our values, instead of our purpose and our authentic selves. And when that happens, we begin carrying things that were never meant to define us, like guilt, shame, fear, anxiety, resentment, rejection, and limiting beliefs. We slowly lose sight of who we really are. Healing becomes necessary because we cannot move forward while carrying everything from the past. And for me, healing became really deeply personal when I became a widow in 2023. And that season changed everything. It forced me into a journey I never asked for, but honestly desperately needed it. Healing was not just grieving the loss of my husband. Healing was shedding old mindsets, facing uncomfortable truths, stepping outside my comfort zone, and accepting the parts of myself that needed growth. Healing required me to peel away layers that no longer serve me. Yes, it was painful at times, but it was also transformative. And through that process, I discovered strengths I didn't know I had. And one lesson I learned is that healing and growth are often happening at the same time. Just because you're healing doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're growing. And if you're on a healing journey, I have some things I want to share with you and encourage you to do that I did myself. Like first, stop pretending you're fine when you're not. Healing begins with honesty. Second, give yourself permission to let go of what no longer serves you, whether it's a belief, a relationship, a regret, or a fear. And third, and last for now, find a healthy outlet for your healing. For me, it was really using my voice, sharing my story, and helping others. And one of the greatest truths I've discovered is that strength is often developed in difficult situations. And the lesson is simple. Don't rush your healing and don't be ashamed of it. Embrace it. Because every layer you release is bringing you closer to the person you were always meant to become. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in our next conversation on intentional excellence. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Hi everyone, Candice Ruggiero here. I am a speaker, a global coach, podcast host, and global impact advocate. But most importantly, I'm someone who believes that the greatest transformation in our lives doesn't happen around us. It happens within us. It begins with our mindset. Today I want to really talk about transforming your thinking. Because if you had asked me 10 years ago what I wanted to be, I wouldn't have answered without hesitation a school leader. Education has been my entire life. I started teaching in my early 20s. I owned 2 schools in the Philippines by the age of 23. And when I moved to the US, my dream was to become a principal or maybe a district school leader. So I did what every goal-oriented person does. I made a plan. I earned 2 master's degrees back-to-back in New York, completed internships, became certified, mentored teachers, and kept working toward that one dream. And I thought that my whole life, I had it figured out. Then, plot twist, life had a different plan for me. When I became a widow in 2023, everything just changed. Not only did my life change, but my dream changed too. And for the first time, I stopped asking what's next in education. And I just started asking something different. What else am I capable of? And that one question completely shifted my mindset. I realized I had become so focused on one version of success that I had unintentionally placed limits on myself. So I took a leap and decided to become a professional speaker. Was it easy? Absolutely not. I invested in training, paid for the workshop, joined speaker organizations, applied for bureaus, waited for opportunities, and let's just say my email wasn't exactly overflowing with invitations. And honestly, there were moments I wanted to quit. But instead of asking, why isn't this working? I asked myself, what else can I create? And that's when I launched my podcast. Did I know what I was doing? Not at all. But sometimes you don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to be willing to begin. So today, I'm in my third year, and every conversations, every guest, and every story reminds me that I was exactly where I needed to be. Then came Love Speaks Global, and some people probably wondered, why was I talking about love in a world that seems to celebrate everything else? But I followed what I felt called to do anyway. And little by little, doors started opening. Today, I have the privilege of connecting with amazing people and organizations around the world, using my voice not just to inspire, but to create impact. And I recently celebrated my 55th birthday. It was actually last week. And can I tell you something? I don't feel like I'm slowing down. I feel like I'm finally speeding up. My dreams are no longer just about what I can accomplish. They're about how many lives I can touch. Hello everyone, welcome back to our 5-day mini-series, Transforming Your Life from the Inside Out. Candice Ruggiero here. And today we're talking about something that impacts every single one of us, relationships. Relationships are so much more than just having people around you. It's about having the right people around you. As I've gotten older, and trust me, life has taught me a few lessons. I realized that not everyone is meant to stay in the season of your life. And that's okay. Sometimes we hold on to people because we've known them forever, because we feel guilty, or because we hope they'll change. But here's the truth. Healthy relationships should help you grow, not keep you stuck. Think about the people in your life. Do they encourage you? Do they celebrate your wins? Do they support you when life gets hard? Or do they challenge you to become better? Do they leave you in every conversation feeling drained? I've learned that protecting your peace isn't selfish. Setting boundaries isn't mean. Saying no doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It simply means that you're valuing your time, your energy, and your well-being. And don't forget this. The relationship you have with yourself sets the standard for every other relationship in your life. And if you're constantly criticizing yourself, settling for less, or believing you're not enough, you'll often accept relationships that reflect those beliefs. But when you know your worth, everything changes. You start choosing people who respect you, encourage you, and bring out the best in you. Now, this doesn't mean that life becomes perfect. Relationships take work. They require communication, grace, forgiveness, and sometimes even difficult conversations. You know, none of us are perfect. None of us are really perfect. I know I'm not. And we all make mistakes. But healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, kindness, honesty, and support. So, here's your challenge. Reach out to someone who encourages you and tell them that you appreciate them, and spend time with people who make you laugh. You know, the kind where your stomach hurts because you laugh so much. And if there's a relationship that's constantly stealing your peace, maybe it's time to ask yourself some honest questions. Just remember, you deserve relationships that help you grow into the person you're becoming. So, I'll see you tomorrow for our final day where we'll talk about growth, becoming the best version of yourself. All right, see you tomorrow. All right. Hello, everyone. We've made it. Welcome to day 5 of Transforming Your Life from the Inside Out. Candice Ruggiero here. And today, we'll talk about something, it's really one of my favorite topics, growth. And here's something that I've learned. Growth isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you were, the way you were created to be. You know, people often think about growth that they think it happens overnight. They see someone successful and think, wow, they have it all together. And trust me, nobody wakes up one morning and suddenly has life figured out. Growth happens in the small, everyday choices, like choosing to get back up after you've fallen, choosing to learn instead of quit, and choosing to keep going when nobody's clapping for you. I know because I've lived it. There have been seasons in my life that challenged me in ways I never imagined. Seasons of rebuilding, seasons where I had to rediscover who I was. And you know what? If there's one thing I learned, it's this, that growth is often uncomfortable before it's beautiful. And you know, think about it. Every new chapter requires us to leave something behind, like old habits, fears, old stories, and you know, like we keep telling ourselves that. And yes, sometimes that feels scary, but can I encourage you? Don't compare your journey to someone else's. We're all on different timelines. And you know what? Find time to celebrate your progress, even if today it feels small. Maybe your victory today is simply getting out of the bed with a better attitude. Maybe it's making a phone call you've been avoiding. And maybe it's finally believing that you deserve happiness. And those are victories too. So, as we wrap up this 5-day series, I hope you remember something, that your purpose matters, your healing matters, your mindset matters, your relationship matters, and your growth matters. Because transformation doesn't happen because you watch 5 videos. It happens because you choose every single day to become just a little bit better than you were yesterday. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I hope these messages encourage you, challenge you, and remind you that no matter where you are today, your story isn't over. So keep growing, keep believing, keep showing up, and remember, intentional excellence isn't about perfection. It's about making the intentional choice every single day to become the best version of yourself. One step, one choice, and one day at a time. I'll see you next time. Thank you.